Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Win Team. Great to see you all here. I'm going to speak right from the heart today about your business and my business and what I call the business blueprint. Let's be honest. Real estate sales, residential real estate sales, can have tremendous highs, like any sales career, and tremendous lows. We all approach it differently with a different amount of verve, a different amount of commitment based on what we're trying to achieve through it. I like the word achieve rather than get out of it. Um, and sometimes you just sit down and go, man, I just need a few days off from this stuff. And other days you're like, I wish there were 14 days in this week. This is really exciting. Can we all relate to this? Just being completely honest now. In motivational pieces, that's why this is a coaching piece, not just a motivational piece. Motivational pieces, you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to pretend that 365 days a year, you're ready to completely shred it. And the reality is, most of us as human beings struggle with ups and downs and with the deliberation to continue in a process systematically 365 days a year. So because of that, I've always created systems because it's systems that keep me consecutive. It's systems that keep me constantly progressing. So I'm going to jump back into something I've shared with you many times, and I'm going to go back to it again here into the calendar. We all understand what the power tracker is. I want to remind you of the calendar. I've worked with this system, for over 20 years, where I look at what is happening each month, quarter, and year. I take the last 10 days of every month and use it to push for the month ends that I've projected. Now, we right now are on day 6 of the month. And so this is where you push and deliver momentum for the upcoming month, the month of May. In the middle of the month, I'll give the last 3 stages to you, which is your power milestone assessment, that assessment day in the middle of the month. And then 4 days of power pacing, which is where you pace where you're at to make sure your finale is strong. And then the last 10 days is your power finale, where you actually produce and birth the child, which was your projection for the month. So to birth the child, you have to deliver momentum. Can't just pop out a baby. You got to deliver momentum. And we're in that place right now. This calendar, this blueprint calendar, should be firmly placed right here in your Win Team binder, right at the front, to constantly remind you of where you are in the month. That's an awareness piece that is tremendously important. Now let's go into the philosophy of this, guys. So my power business blueprint involves a 5-week month, which I just showed to you. You cheat. You actually turn the last week of the month into the preparation for the first week of next month. So your power business blueprint, like any business, has power months, power quarters, and power years. And I designed that calendar to constantly keep myself and you guys all on track together. There are 5 stages. Stage 1 is your power push at the month end. That's the last 10 days of the month. Stage 2 is your power start. We're there right now, starting with new month momentum. That May becomes memorable. That's 14 days. Stage 3 is the milestone assessment. Stage 4 is the pace for production. And stage 5 is the power finale. Now, here's the reasoning behind it. Create, guys, your power month. Create it based on this calendar, incorporating your 8 power moves for success and the power performance chart and the concept of your agent name, Inc. Martin E. Inc. This that we're sharing is a 5-week optimizer calendar. Now, look, the Agent Inc. mindset empowers you to create a sales business and inspires you to think on a greater scale. You're building a saleable business, not just a job. And in the 40 years I've done this, I've seen so many people come and go and come and go because they treat this like a job. I need to get my next paycheck. So agents do what it takes to get the next paycheck without being inspired that they're building a corporation with their name on the sign. The Agent Inc. mindset inspires you to create more than a paycheck. You make decisions. Like right now, when you leave this call, you're either going to make decisions as an agent, saying, how do I get X amount of bucks out of this month? Or you're going to leave this call as a CEO saying, how do I build out the company that is named after me? People will see your name as they drive down the freeway because your name is going to be on the building. When that's in your head, this is worth working hard for. Now, you might say, Andrew, I don't want a building. I understand that, but it's allegorical. Allegorically, you are building something. It could be online. It could be in a physical building. It could be within EXP. Well, we're all within EXP, but you are building a name that is your name. And it's not just about you, it's about this company that you take pride in. Companies don't depend on the emotions of one individual. Companies set up production lines, whether they're producing medical breakthrough, whether they're producing care for patients, whether they're producing financial breakthrough, whether they're producing financial systems. Companies create systems. And people work within those systems to create an end that somebody held in mind in their imagination. You end each month on the win team, arriving purposefully at your projected destination. And I really am earnest that we all embrace together this idea that you write down your projected destination. You end each month purposefully arriving. You start each month already winning because of the 5-week calendar. You build your business, not just work a job, by focusing on Leslie C. Inc., Martin E. Inc. You're focusing on something bigger than yourself, and then you work within that structure. You track, listen to me now, this is super important. In your power tracker, you track success like a CEO who's proud of a company, not a student in a class that's embarrassed because they didn't do their homework. Did everybody hear that? If you get that, I want you to respond in the chat really quickly. I'm going to stay focused, but I want you to respond in the chat. I'm going to say that again. You track your success in the power tracker like a CEO who is proud of their company. You bring to the meeting your power performance chart, your strategic quarterly reports, because you're proud of the company you're building. Don't treat it like a student who gets caught out because teacher comes in and says, where's your homework? Because the first thing that I described is really defeating. And look, honestly, working with somebody like me, because I'm such a high producer, right? You're always going to feel like, God, I can never do enough for Andrew, or that Andrew's always got something new. I've heard that my entire life, nearly 70 years. But it's not about competing with me. It's, yeah, Chris, it's about always being prepared. It's not about competing with me. So take pride being the CEO of the company you're learning to build with me. And as you do this, you will gain unstoppable momentum each month. The Power Business Blueprint that I propose to you is not just a theory, it's a business system that guarantees real estate dominance. By following these strategies that we do together, the 8 Power Moves for success, you will make every month a great month. Now, a great month may be to Jonathan 5 open escrows and 2 new listings. A great month, Martin, with all you're doing with your grandkids and construction products and so on, may be 1 escrow and a listing every 3 months. But whatever it is that you project, my friend, Whatever it is that symbolizes your company, achieve that. Arrive at that. And whatever that arrival is, write it down in the sequence that you see in the 8 Power Moves tracker. So let's go to stage 1. Stage 1, remember, we just went through it. It's the last 10 days of April where you deliver your month end, and that delivering of your month end is what creates momentum for the beginning of May. The last 10 days of each month are purposeful, focused drive towards strong month-end achievements. I want you guys to embrace that with me. Your last 10 days are 10 for 10. Your pride, you're full of pride, not bad pride, good pride as a CEO, as you watch the engine that you've built drive so that when you meet your family at the end of the month, what you told them you would do at the beginning of the month, you present a document and say, look, this is what I did. And Martin, yes, you present that to your grandkids. Jonathan, you present those who are close to you. It's a drive because you want so much that paper at the end of the month to say, look what my company did. The resulting effect of this calendar strategy is twofold. You get great results for the current month and momentum for the next month. At the end of each month, you're laying the foundation for powerful success. The power month begins before the next calendar month even starts. That's why I always set New Year's resolutions, I don't call them that, in the last 2 months of the calendar year, because it makes my year a 14-month year. Welcome to the beginning of your transformative journey. Now, let's make it more granular. In that first calendar week now, so we're in the momentum week, we're in it right now. Optimize success for this current month. You hear me? Optimize success today. Trust me, the last 10 days of the month, you will thank me. You're going to close out the month with strong results. Focus at the beginning on the news headlines you shared at the beginning of the month. Match the outcomes of the month with the projection you wrote at the beginning of the month. So look at this. This is stage 1. So stage 1, look, go back to the calendar, is those last 10 days. You're closing out, delivering the result from the previous month, right? Now, where we are right now is this stage 2. Stage 2 is delivering the new month's momentum. Here it is right here. There's stage 1. And now here's stage 2. Right here, you create the projection for your month. And right here, you're going to deliver your news headline of what you achieved. And the whole idea is to book match, to match 1 with 31, 1 with 30. When you reach 30, it matches what you projected on 1. When you reach 31, it matches what you projected on 1. How do you do that? Days 1 through 14 are where you deliver unstoppable momentum. Some of you are doing these and some are not. And I'm going to share with you on Wednesday declarations that 6 of you have made to hold yourselves accountable for the month. You all got an email yesterday. Please tell me in the feed whether or not you got it. It was called Movers and Shakers for the month. Go in and read that Movers and Shakers email and read what your colleagues have declared for the month. So when you start your month, one piece so crucial is that you make your news headline declaration. Some of you are trying to do this without doing that. And so what will happen is you will have this continuous push to call leads, work your CRM, set appointments, put into escrow. Some fall out, some stay. That's all good, but you need arrivals. As human beings, we need arrivals. So declare clear, measurable outcomes for the coming month. For May the 30th, deliver now. You should have it written down. It should be on your power tracker in your manual. Declare clear, measurable outcomes for the coming month. Envision the end of the month ahead. Envision yourself sitting down at dinner with your family saying, this is what mom did. This is what dad did. This is Michelle S. Inc. in the month of May. Take pride in that. See outcomes rather than goals. Goals don't have a lot of value in my mind, but visualizing outcomes really does. Seeing the future you is as important as being the future you. Did you hear me? Because, Martin, if all we see is the dirt that has to be moved, we won't ever move the dirt. But if we see the house on the dirt that we have built and Thanksgiving in that home, you are seeing the future you so that you can be the future you today. Seeing the result each month is how you keep your life from drifting and create a life that is formative, structured, and results oriented. You're creating the future you 1 month at a time. Whether you do anything with that month or not, you are creating the future you every day. It's a process. It's a journey. Some months you might take a month off. I get that. You're still delivering future you. Some months you might feel overwhelmed and back off. I get that. You're still delivering future you. Some months you might say, I'm going to do all the 8 power moves this month. Great. You're delivering the future you. Some months you might be aware of the calendar. Other months you just wake up halfway through the month and go, oh, shoot, I should put something in escrow. You're delivering the future you. So with this calendar, it gives you this awareness of exactly where you are in your life. The outcomes you create will include all the elements you would need as a CEO. Your quarterly report will project your financials, your marketing, your sales, your power moves actions, character development items. I went over all those 8 power moves yesterday. So in your month-end news headline declaration, clearly define your projected achievements for the next 30 days. Have you done that yet? If you've done it, I want you to jump in the feed and say, Andy, I did my declaration. And in that, define the number of listings you're going to acquire in May, the number of offers you're going to write in May, the number of new escrows in May, the number of closed escrows in May, the amount of commissions you earn in May, and an overview statement of how the company is looking for the future. Jonathan M. New listing acquired, 9 offers written, with 5 new escrows and a gross revenue of $24,000. Jonathan M. Inc. is destined to be a leading real estate mover in West Coastal United States, West Coastal California, something like that. You're creating this declaration that clearly states where you're going. So if you're a father with children, a mother with children, a close sibling with brothers and sisters, the people that you're committed to who are committed to you, share with them in writing, I'm building a company. The company is named after me. I'm going to sell that company one day. I'm going to leave that company to you one day. And this month, this is what this company is going to achieve. You can even use ChatGPT to help you create a powerful headline. So step 1 of your power start, delivering momentum. You're in it right now. Step 1 is make your declaration, because seeing the future you, it's right there, is as important as being the future you. Do you see that? Right there. Now, once you've made that declaration, now it's time to go to work. Living out the 8 power moves for success. So how do you do that? First of all, you review the 8 power moves for success again, the core principles of this course. So you'll jump into your 8 power moves. Let me get rid of this really quickly. You'll jump into 8 power moves. And you'll review them and look at them. Go, just refresh your mindset. Okay, my power mindset. Here's my mindset for the month. Okay, good. My power office open houses, you're going to set them up. My power preview posts, you're going to set them up. My power hours, you're going to set them up. My power offers, My power funnel, relationships. You're going to set this pattern up ready to write your projections and arrivals for the month. Let me come back to this really quickly here. So at the beginning of the month, review your 8 power moves. Now live them out every day. Now look again, guys. Sometimes as CEO, you're going to take days where you don't live out your 8 power moves. You're creating future you. It's okay. Other days you will create. There's somebody right now who's a couple of people on the team who have relatives who are not particularly well. And they've just said, Andy, I really want to spend time with this family member. I'm going to step back for a little while because they're reaching the end of their days. Completely understand. You're building future you. In the future, you'll be so happy you spent that time with them, right? Remember, you're not in a class where you're getting in trouble with the teacher. You're in your life. And in your life, you're with me building a real estate company. You're not building my company, you're building your company. And we're all building companies within EXP, which is this giant company. And your company could become more giant than EXP if you wanted to. You could start an EXP of your own one day. The point is, you're working for a company that you're building with your name on the building. See your name on the building when you walk in to work. When you walk into your work center, when you walk into your work environment, when you have your first cup of coffee, see the building with your name on it. That's what you're doing your 8 power moves towards, because listen to me. The time is going to come, Jonathan and Cameron and Anna and Patricia. The time is going to come that you get so good at your 8 power moves that 4 or 5 of them will be done by assistants. Pretty soon, Cameron, you need to be recruiting interns. Jonathan, by the end of the year, you're going to be recruiting interns within your organization, within your company, that they will learn the 8 power moves from you as well as from me. That should be part of what you're writing down, because you're building a company. Allocate time for each power move. Block out the times in your Google Calendar. I really encourage you to do that. Like your 3 power office open houses, like your 2 power hours. You schedule those by having different colors for each one and dropping them into your Google Calendar. I realize I'm short of time, so I'll run a little bit faster. Record all your results in the power performance chart, then total up your arrivals. Okay, complete and share your end of the week news headlines on the 7th and 14th of the month. So look, the 7th is coming up tomorrow. On the 7th and 14th of every month, you deliver your end of the week headline and you match it with the beginning of the week expectation. Right? Now, you might want to say to me, Andy, I want to do it Monday through Sunday. That's okay. The important thing is Monday, Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Monday, Sunday. Monday, you write your declaration for the week. On the 1st of the month, you write your declaration for the month. On Sunday, you deliver your declaration to your family and say, look, this is what I said I was going to do. This is what I did. This is what I said I was going to do. This is what I did. Martin, this will be really good for you. And imagine the lesson to your grandkids that you say, look, Grandpa's building this house and this and lots and engineering and so on. And at the same time, I'm an accomplished real estate professional. I'm building a company called Martin E. Real Estate. And what I'm going to do this month is I'm going to do this and that. And by the end of the month, I'm going to deliver you a document. What a lesson your grandkids learn. Now, all your grandkids will start to come back to you and say, Grandpa, what I'm going to do this month is this. And by the end of the month, I'm going to do that. Jonathan literally has a piece of plastic that he bought, he drilled holes in, he put into his wall. It's beautifully, perfectly level. And at the beginning of each week, he writes up on there what he's going to achieve that week. And he checks it off one by one as he goes through. And then he shares with us what he's done at the end of each week. He's learning at 15 that his life is his life. And his life is a life that he wants to optimize. Days 1 through 14 are your days of discipline and relentless execution based on high expectations of the future you. If your expectations are here, can I challenge you, raise them to here? Look, most people, their expectations are here. They hear somebody like me and they raise them to here. That doesn't work. If your expectations are here, raise them up, maybe 50 percentile, raise them up. And you'll see yourself progress towards it. And as you do, you want to raise them again. And as you do, you want to raise them again. And then as you look back on the years, you go, and I do this, I go into my cell phone. What I do on my cell phone is I've got a picture archive, right? There's 8,000 pictures in there. And sometimes I scroll through the archive of my life and say, yep, I didn't know I could do that, and I did it then. Yep, I didn't know I could do that, I did it then. Yep, well, look at me back then. Yep, look at this here. Yep, look at this here. And so I've created an archive. Here's my challenge to you. Here's my invitation to you. Together, we are sharing, as you know, the 8 power moves for success. Together, we are sharing this power blueprint. Many of you will listen to me because you feel better or you feel inspired at the end of listening to me, I hope. And that's really beneficial. Many of you are integrating with each other. Most of you are becoming top producers in the company. What I'm asking you is, will you introduce into your life this clear concept that you're building a company of which you're the CEO? You're not in class with me. You are with me in this quest to build a company of which you are proud as a CEO. You have 14 days at the beginning of this month to establish momentum. I'm going to share with you tomorrow the declarations of several of the people who are on this call right now. Their declarations are really moving. All right, so I'm going to stop with that. I'd like to ask you this. What did you get out of this today? What was the most beneficial aspect of what you heard today? Look at this. Hits home for sure. I get that. I run my business. Be presently proud and prepared of my business. You did receive the email. Good. You have it. I did my declarations. Look here. 6 offers, 3 escrows, 15K in May. I declare May as my breakout month. You see, this right here, guys, this is what coaching is all about. Right there. You see this? Look. That is powerful. That's what I call life awareness. Mike is aware of the moment he is in time. Look at Michael here, 10 days priorities before the beginning of the month. And that's exactly what you do, Michael. You set the month before the month starts. Most people take the first 10 calendar days to wake up. Whereas the first 10 calendar days, you're expressing the future you saw for that month. This is huge. Chris, envision the escrow as soon as you meet the client. You see, that is awareness. There it is, right there. Declaring my week and month and hold myself accountable. So watch, Shauna, make it as granular as you can. Look at the 8 power moves and make it granular. Yes, escrows. Yes, listings. Yes, personal growth. Yes, perhaps establishing a relationship with a colleague for 60 days that you hold each other accountable. You see, look at Cliff. When you wake up every day, and I shared this with you yesterday, my expectation every week when I was only in production, still in production now, listed at home yesterday, that when you are in production 100%, I never woke up not expecting anything. I always woke up expecting to deliver 2 offers and an escrow every week. Now, as I grew in my career, I changed that. I wanted 5 offers and 2 to 3 escrows a week. And that's how I got to 10, 12, 15, 20 escrows at a time with a net. So define it. Create that first definition, Shauna. 10 days, 3 offers, 1 listing, 20 showings. You see? So that's 2 showings a day, morning and afternoon, 10 days in a row. Absolutely guarantee Vivian will have success. Now, when you wake up with an expectation like that, when your company has a sign, and the sign has a neon sign outside it that says month of May, 3 offers, 1 listing, 20 showings in 10 days. And at the end of the month, you post Vivian A. Inc. In 10 days, we had 3 offers, 1 listing, and 20 showings. And you declare that, the whole town knows about it. So it's time, guys, to truly take pride in what you're doing. I'm proud of you. We're building something special with the Win team. We're building something special with the Warburton team. Annette is on a destiny right now to bring others into the company and help them grow revenue share organizations that change their lives. My focus is to bring folks in and create production revenue that changes their lives. But what I want, Cliff, if you want it with me, is that a year from now, there's at least 2 interns working with you, backing you up. Vivian, you should have 2 interns backing you up, minimum a year from now. Shauna, I don't know you yet. Brianna, you're strong. You've already started the declarations. That's excellent. Does everybody understand what I'm saying here? Do we all embrace this together? Let's see how many yeses we can get, and then we'll wrap it up. There we go. Love it. Love it. You guys are special people. I appreciate you. Hope this was meaningful to you. So a lot of really intense granular training coming up tomorrow in team training. So I'll see you there at 9:30. Love you. I find this tremendously valuable to share with you every day. And I appreciate that you listen to me, participate with me, and above all, you're inking your business. Thank you, everybody. Create a great day.